Is your awning gutter overflowing, but you don't know why and it's causing you grief? Then come along with us and we'll explain the possible issues and what you can do to fix the problem. Let's go. Hey guys, Musa here from Quantum Home Improvements and Solutions. Welcome back. And this is your first time to our channel. It's great having you join us. And today I'm with my good friend Anthony English, who's a fellow YouTuber.
Yeah, hi there.
So back a fair while ago, Anthony called me and said he had a problem with his gate. And so we came, I had a look at it, and I said it's pretty easy to fix. But at the same time, I said, Anthony, you got a problem with your gutters. Do they overflow? And what was your answer?
Yeah, they do, but only when it rains. Yep.
Funny about that. So now, all jokes aside, with water hydraulics, you have to have a specific concept that works, and usually gravity.
Gravity.
So yeah, and there is no gravity here. So this stormwater pipe that's coming from the gutter, which is in this awning section that goes into this downpipe, is actually going uphill. And so I had a look at it from the ladder, and I could see there's water sitting in that downpipe.
Okay, and so that's why the overflow, right?
It's part of the reason.
Yeah.
So there's a few reasons why we have overflows. Now, the idea of water hydraulics is quite an important one. You need to know the dynamics of volume. And so when you have small pipes, this is only, I think, a 65 mil, and it's a small volume.
Right.
Going into a 100 by 50, 4 inch by 2 inch downpipe, it's not enough.
Okay.
Okay, so the downpipe itself won't carry enough volume,
right.
And this is just too small to get it away from the actual awning, and it's running uphill.
And it's running uphill. So
there's a few issues.
apart from that?
Yeah, apart from that, everything's fine.
Okay.
Now, so another issue could be that your drains are blocked. Okay.
Oh, right.
So now this is broken. The PVC pipe is broken,
Yep.
and we're going to have to repair that.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that we change the whole thing into PVC 90 mil. Now the volume of 90 mil is more than the 100 by 50.
Right.
So it's got more volume.
Right.
All right. So if you're okay with that.
So yeah, and so that should allow obviously heading downhill.
Well, no, we're going to have to take this off and re-alter it. So we're going to have to put a 90 mil nozzle on that gutter, and then we're also going to put a 90 mil on this one. So we're going to have to change the nozzles, the outlets.
Right, okay.
And so once we do that, then we can convert this into a 90 mil stormwater pipe. Now, we do have hangers here. We're going to have to take the hangers off. And what that means is that they've run it uphill because they didn't want anyone to hit their head against the pipe.
Right.
Now, Anthony, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. We're going to have to put this pipe lower. So it's going to come to about here somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, unless you've got someone in your family that's 6'4", that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so this is not the only problem that causes water to overflow in a gutter. Now, if your gutter is overflowing on the house, what happens, especially if you're using like a low back quad gutter and it doesn't have an overflow on the front, what happens is the water will go down the back, and sometimes it goes through the soffit and into the home, and that happens very regularly if it's been done wrong and if the hydraulics are wrong.
Right.
So now, if you like, I'll put a video that I made with my friend Angel where we actually fixed that problem to the most part. Now, the problem was that he ran his awning to the house and run the gutters this way, so everything was running to one point,
okay.
and there was too much water in one area,
Right.
and he had a massive area of awning. It's just too much water flow. The hydraulics were completely wrong.
Right.
But what we did was put an extra downpipe, and we increased the flow better.
Okay.
We also cleaned his pipe because it was blocked.
Yep.
We're not sure if it was 100% blocked, but we took out about 1 metre of blockage.
Okay.
And that helped. So if you like, I'll put a link for that video in the descriptions below. So now, Anthony, the first thing we need to do is put a hose down this stormwater pipe to see if there's any blockages. Okay, Anthony, can you put it on, please?
Okay.
Now, this takes a few minutes if there's a blockage, because there's a lot of volume to fill up, but I can feel here that there's no blockage. This is just going in. It's going in heaps. I don't believe you've got a blockage here.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay, Anthony, I think we've left this long enough. Yeah, it's actually flowing beautifully. I can actually hear the echo of the flowing.
Yeah, great.
All right, so if you can turn the water off for me, please. So now I'm just going to take off these 2 hex head screws. So be careful when you are on a ladder. Most accidents happen on short ladders, and don't step on this top platform. Okay, I'll take these off. Okay, first strap off. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so now there's a bit of weight on this pipe. No, I'm going to need my long drill bit. So now I'll just get in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I've got Anthony holding the PVC pipe, and now you can see here the PVC pipe goes into the metal pipe, the down pipe. And so this is only 50 mil wide, and they've squeezed it into this section. So it's really not been done well. But Anthony, if you can hold that, I'm just gonna cut this to release the water. Now, we are gonna get wet, we're just gonna try to minimize it. Okay, Anthony, this proves my theory. All right, beautiful. Yeah, so there's water in there, let it come down. Beautiful. Okay, so that proved my theory. All right, Anthony, can you take that all the way down? That should break off. Yeah, just pull it and it should come off. Beautiful. All right, so now we just take the astragal off, which is also known as a strap. All right. All right, so now just release the pop rivets. That's it, and release this one. Okay, put one more here, and we're free. All right, Anthony, if you can hold that. All right, that's out. Okay, the nozzle's now out. Okay, so now I've just marked out the nozzle on the inside, and now I'm gonna use some winch snips to cut this free. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna need the red ones. So the green are left, and the reds are right. Now all we're gonna do is cut out that circle. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'll use the green. All right, that's done. Okay, so now I've put some silicone on the nozzle. This is a gray, and now this particular nozzle is wide on both ends and narrow on the sides. Now the reason it is so it can go on a quad gutter. And so you can see there, it covers up the square or the rectangle, and it covers it up beautifully. So now I'm just gonna put a screw here. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, now I've just squeezed a little bit of silicone. I'm just gonna put some on the inside, just to waterproof that. Now, the good thing about putting the nozzle on the outside is that it doesn't create a lump on the inside, so it actually flows straight in. Makes it an easier access. Okay, that's done. Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, Anthony, we're done. Now we can start on the stormwater. Okay, so now I'm just gonna dig around this stormwater pipe because, as I said, it's been damaged and we need to cut the damaged section out. Yes. Now, it is actually better to cut a PVC pipe with a drop saw, but obviously we're not gonna be able to do it here. And I wasn't able to bring a drop saw for the rest, but we're just gonna do it nice and gentle with a standard carpenter saw. Okay, that's done. All right, so now I'll just put some PVC glue on. You can get this clear. Now, Anthony's not too worried about getting the clear one because he's gonna be painting this down pipe. This is a 15 degree angle, an elbow, and it's perfect. It's just off the wall, just a little bit. It is sometimes better to get it on the wall, but by the time we put the PVC pipe, it will sit on there quite nicely. We'll put an astragal on there to hold it in place. Okay, so now I'm going to form up the offset, just like the steel pipe had. So that this 90 degree will sit here, this 90 degree will sit on the wall, and here we're going to put a T-section to run it across to catch the other pipe. So now what we're going to do first, I've just got to find what this cut is, because this can't go any higher than this, and I've got to cut a small piece to go here. So I'll just measure that up first. Now, because we need that T-section to be up as high as possible, we're going to make this as short as possible. Okay, so I'll just make that 100 mil. Now, when you are gluing PVC, there's a force that pushes against you, so there's surface tension. So you've got to make sure that you hold it for a little bit until that surface tension goes and the glue starts to chemically set. Okay, so now I'll just try this in place. That's perfect, beautiful. So I'm only about 5 mil from the actual fascia. So now, Anthony, if you can hold that piece in place, fairly still and straight, I'm gonna direct it for you. If you can hold like that, I need to get a really accurate measurement. So now I'm going to measure from the furthest point to the furthest point of the connection. And so that is 380 mil. All right, so we've cut the piece. Now we'll glue it together. Now, one thing I like to do, which I haven't mentioned yet, you have writing on this. I like to put the writing on top in case you don't get to paint it as quick as you want to. Okay, this is done now. We're gonna cut a piece for this T-section and we're gonna nominate how far down we're gonna go. And so we've got to be really careful because we don't want to go the same direction as last time. And so this will tee off and shoot off to the other nozzle. Okay, so now I'm going to use an ancient Egyptian method and following the course of bricks to see my level and just hoping that the bricks were brick laid level. Okay, Anthony, if you just point to the brick. Yeah, no, the next one up. Let me just see. I think that one's going to work. If I use that brick, going by the level and level it with my eye, it looks like it's about probably a 40 or 50 mil fall. Now, how does that height look for you?
Yeah, that's good. I'll be happier to go with this height than with this one.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm just gonna glue in the next 90-degree elbow. And so now what we're gonna do, Anthony, we've tried the Egyptian method, looking at the bricks and see how it's gonna go. Now we're gonna try this method. So I'm gonna get you to come in the middle. For the sake of accuracy, we're gonna go as high as we can. If you can go higher, Anthony. And we're gonna put a screw in place. All right, that's gonna hold that in place. All right, so we've put the long level on this and we found that the mark came up to this brick here, to underneath the brown brick, not the beige one. And also by eye, I saw it was here too. So by both accounts, it works. Because when you've got a long length of pipe and it's only a 2 meter level, it's not gonna be dead accurate because it bows, okay? But we've sighted it and I'm happy with it. You're happy with it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Really all right, I'm pretty happy with it. So now I'm just gonna get you a length. Okay, that's 220. Okay, so now I'll just put the joiner in. There we go. Okay, now Anthony, we do need to get this right. I'm gonna get you to spot me to see if that angle looks right. So if you can look just over there, and it's gotta be aiming towards you.
Yep, that's it, that's 90 degrees.
Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm just taking a measurement inside this pipe, so the bell end of the pipe. Yeah, it's 1/850.
Yep.
All right, Anthony, this is looking great. Let's put this on.
Okay.
Did that go all the way? Yes, it did. Beautiful. All right, so we've put this in place with the nozzle, we've pushed it up and we've put it in place on the base, in the elbow, but we haven't glued it in. We're just gonna double check first. Mate, that's perfect, spot on.
Hey!
That's spot on.
That's great.
All right, Anthony, we're gonna glue this in.
Okay.
Okay, now down and push down hard as you can. That's it, beautiful, that's gone in. Okay, so Anthony, all we've gotta do now is put a joiner on this and put the last piece on and we're ready to put the straps on. So as I said, the blue's gonna get a bit messy, but we are gonna be painting this, so it's fine. All right, I'll just push that on and we'll just put it roughly about halfway. All right, Anthony, let's get a measurement. If you put that into the nozzle, and I'll just measure this end, and that's 480. Okay, Anthony, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you put your end first. Hang on, let me put my end in first. That's roughly about 30 mil. So you put your nozzle in now, turn it, that's it, and go straight up. How does that look?
Yeah, that's good.
It's sitting up nice. This is in position here. This is right on the mark that we had for this T-section. So I'm just gonna double check the level to make sure this is okay. Yeah, perfect, it hasn't moved. Okay, now Anthony, what we're gonna do is put the astragals on, the straps, to support this downpipe from moving. Now, because it's hooked on the other end, we've got double support. It's stopping it from moving from that point. But I still wanna give it some strength. So we'll put a strap here and we'll put a strap a little bit lower. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so just drive that in. Beautiful. Anthony, we're done.
Hey.
This is fantastic. So the only thing you've got to do now, or we're going to do, is put the straps on. So we're going to put these clips on. If you can show me how that sits on.
Yep.
Yep. And then we'll strap that to the awning. We'll put one here and one on the other side. And also you're going to be painting. So you've got there the Wattles solar guard,
Yep.
and it's cottage green.
Yep.
So just to match all the other green you've got here.
That's it.
Okay, so Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, look, it is amazing. It's such an improvement, and I can't wait for it to rain.
In actual fact, I'm going to get you to take a video when it rains.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. We'll see the water flowing. It'll be fantastic.
And Anthony, you've got a lot of head height under you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I need it too. You know.
Okay, we're done. Just in case you want to see the video where we actually fixed up the ColourBond fence, I'll put that in the descriptions below, a link for that. And also I'll put a link in for Anthony's channel, for Anthony English.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Musa. Just wonderful work over these different videos.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for your support. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And if you have any comments at all, please leave them below and I will get back to you. And I'd ask you, please consider to subscribe, hit the like button and share this video, and there's many more to come. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Possible issues and how you can fix the collar lifter.
Anthony's trying to be funny. I just need to clean this for a sec because the silicone needs to stick to that. If Tina complains, I'm just going to give her your mobile number.
Yeah. I'll redirect all calls.
Of course. Anthony, you're proving to be invaluable. Is it invaluable?
Yeah.
I was going to say unvaluable.
No, invaluable.
Oh, I nearly got glue on me. All right.
Another sticky situation.
He's driving me mad.